Like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Mr. Mind Average.
Your question is a little complicated. Perhaps you are not conscious of its implications. And to say the truth hurts a little. And I cannot say anything else than the truth. So be prepared. These are the games mind goes on playing within itself and slowly starts believing in them as if they are real. You say, I feel a new kind of authority and love growing in me. The remaining question will reveal that you don't understand the difference between authority and authoritativeness. The reason for me to take it for granted that you don't understand because you are putting authority and love together. Love knows no authority. It is authority. But it knows no authority. It never feels any authority. It is just a rose flower dancing in the sun, in the rain, in the wind. What a poor flower think about authority. It is again the ego from the back door that gives you the sense of authority. Either one can be true. Either your love can be true or your authority can be true. But these words have never been dissociated from each other for the simple reason that the love and authority comes from the same people. The mother is the authority and love. The father is the authority and love. The priest is the authority and the love. They get entangled with each other. And you never enter deep enough to see that they are two absolutely not only separate phenomena, they are absolutely contradictory. Second thing, love does not grow. It is not grass. It is born. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you feel the song, the dance of love. And you are amazed. It does not come with any indication that I am coming. It simply comes whenever you are ready, whenever your meditation is ready, whenever your being is silent, it suddenly comes. And all your being dances. It has a authority, but not authority over others. It has a authority in the sense that it is your own experience. You can say that I am not quoting scriptures. I am the scripture. Ordinarily, authority is always a kind of domination. And authority is always derived from somebody else. Jesus derives his authority from God. Otherwise, he has no argument about what he is saying. Is just a villager's statement. He gets the authority because these are the words coming to him from his Father who is above in heaven. And then starts the whole train, pope after pope. This Polak pope seems to have forgotten to die. Polaks are Polaks. You can't depend on their intelligence because down 20 centuries, popes have lived 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, at the most 3 years. But to get rid of this Polak is very difficult. From where their authority comes? From Jesus Christ. And down the line, the cardinals, the bishops, the priests, they all derive their authority from the above. It is not their own experience. I used to live in a neighborhood in Raipur and a priest, Catholic priest, also lived there. We used to go early in the morning for a walk. I was very new. He had no idea who I am. I suddenly took hold of his collars and asked him, "Tell me truly, do you know God?" He said, "My God, this is a strange situation. So early in the morning, in the darkness, I can't see even your face, who you are." I don't know. But those who know, they have taught me. I asked him, "Have you asked them? Do they know?" And the same reply would have been given to you. Those who know have taught us. That is the authority derived from others, and when you derive your authority from others, you start being authoritative over others. You have to take revenge. You have to believe in others. You will force others to believe in you. It is simply a question: who is more powerful? A beautiful story is related by great Indian Emperor Akbar in his autobiography Akbarnama, that one day in the court, and he has in his court the wisest man of this land. He was always in search of wise people, and certainly he had great poets, painters, musicians, philosophers, all kinds of geniuses. Just by his side was standing the court joker. Every court used to have a joker, just to keep things not to become too hard. Once in a while, to bring them down to human level, to laughter. It was a very basic insight into psychology. Birbal was the name of the man. Akbar, just being playful, and also wanted to know what is going to be the response of Birbal. He was a very responsive person, immediate Akbar slapped him hard, not waiting even for a moment to think what to do. He slapped the other person who was standing by his side. When this was going on, people were seeing it went all over the capital. Everybody was slapping everybody else. And in the night, Akbar asked Birbal, why you acted in this way? He said, wait, in the morning you know the answer. And in the morning he knew the answer. In the night when he entered in the chambers of his queen, she slapped him. He said, my God, you are also in this game. Who told you? He says, nobody tells anybody. Things are moving, the whole city is in a deep, hilarious mood. The only question is, you should hit the person who is weaker than you. I was waiting for you. And then he remembered that Birbal had said that in the morning you will know. Of course, Birbal could not hit Akbar, the emperor. He was too powerful. He was just a beautiful man, wise man, but not powerful. He could hit only to the second in the rank. And once it was understood that who is to hit and who is to get the hit, the game started. It ended with the queen hitting Akbar. Akbar was a very honest man to write it into his autobiography. That moment I understood the great intelligence of Birbal. He has hit me, but in a very roundabout way. Authority has two sides. One side is be dominated by those who have power. They are authoritative over you. And the other side is take the revenge with those who are below you, who cannot react, who have to take your hit and still smile. The husband comes home, hits the wife because the boss was very angry and he was nasty but Still, he had to smile. False, he wanted to hit him, but that will be dangerous. The job will be lost. The Italian consulate who was here, when asked why you are afraid meeting Bhagwan with somebody present taking notes or recording, whatever you prefer, he said, do you want me to lose my job? I laughed when I heard this. I said, I will make it certain that he loses his job. Now it is all over the world in newspapers, in Italy, and everywhere. It would have been better he would have come and met me. His job is gone. People are living in a hierarchy. Somebody is higher than you, somebody is lower than you. One Indian saint, I should call him so-called saint. All are so-called, so that does not matter. He was teaching, I was present, he was teaching that to be contented, one fundamental rule has to be remembered. Always look down. Look how people are suffering. Look, somebody is blind. Look, somebody is crippled. Look, somebody is dying. You are in a far better position. That will give you consolation and contentment. I had to stop him. I said, you are talking absolute stupidity. Because a man who looks down cannot avoid looking up. There are people who are on higher posts, having more money, having more power, more prestige. Do you think he has to look continuously to the blind, to the beggars? Mind does not function like that. Mind looks at both the sides. And this kind of contentment, what you are going to say to the man who is blind? Tell him that at least you are alive, you are not dead. Look, many are in the grave. You are out of the grave. Where this stupid logic will lead? Just few days before, a very grumpy, negative type of mind was dying. His friends were around, and of course, this was the greatest chance for him to show his negativity, sadness, misery, that he has been treated by the world very badly. He cannot forgive this world. If he meets God, he is going to have a good talk with him. Then somebody said, cool down. At least one thing you have positive, that is AIDS. Everything is negative. Look at the positive and be happy. People have been told continuously to look at the positive and just ignore the negative. By your ignoring, it does not disappear. It is there. And any moment it can explode. So you cannot have authority in this way, looking to those who are unfortunately lower than you in any area of life, because the superior ones are also there. They will make you inferior. And you will feel hurt. This is a sick kind of authoritativeness. It can even become aggressive. The politicians, the criminals, the generals, they become aggressive. They want to prove actually that they have authority. They can kill millions of people. But even by killing millions of people, you don't become superior. You remain the same. Just you become the ugliest creature on the earth. So first you have to understand all these nuances of authority. Yes, there is an authority which is not felt. That is the authority of love. But it is not felt. It is simply there. Because it is not dominating anybody, it is not superior to anybody, it is just enjoying the tremendous gift of life from the very sources. This authority will give you humbleness, not turn you arrogant, egoist. These are the checking points. If your authority makes you humble, loving, nobody and you are asking a clarity about myself and love for myself and others. You are really confused. First, you say love is growing. It is not a craft. It is just a diamond you find in your clarity, in your silence, radiating. Secondly, now you are saying that love that is growing is for myself and others. Love knows no division, myself and others. Love is an experience in which duality disappears. You simply feel one in tune with the music of the whole. It feels, you say, like everybody is equal for me. Now, I suspect something hidden in it which is sick. It feels like everybody is equal for me. Nobody is equal. Equality is one of the most wrongly conceived idea which has created all kinds of communisms, socialisms, anarchism. They are all based on the foundation of equality. And even people who are not communists don't have the guts to say that equality does not exist. It has become almost ingrained in everybody's mind. I want you to know that everybody is unique, not equal. And uniqueness gives a totally different dimension. A rose bush is not equal to the bamboos reaching to the stars. In what way it is equal? A rose is rose, a lotus is lotus. There is no question of equality. I am not saying that they are unequal. I am simply saying they are not equal, that is their dignity. They should rejoice because they are simply themselves. There is nobody else to be compared with. These equality, inequality, all are comparisons. And in existence, everything is so unique, you cannot compare. But I can see just between the lines You say it feels like everybody is equal for me. Do you see the point? You want everybody to be equal to you. The president of a country, the prime minister of a country, the king of a country, the queen of a country, you would like them all to be equal to you. It is not strange that two ideas have gripped human heart more deeply than anything else. One is that of equality, because that gives you a feeling that now there is no need to prove. All are equal, and deep down you know you are superior because you know that all are equal. All are not knowing it. In your knowledge of equality, you in a certain way satisfied your superiority. And strangely, both the ideas that have gripped humanity, half of the world is communist. Equality has not happened. Equality cannot happen. Equality is not possible. It is against nature. You are not built for it. And it is good. Otherwise, just to see equal faces, equal people will be so boring. The differences create a variety and a life with color and rainbows. And the second idea is that poverty has something spiritual. Both strangely are created by Christianity. Jesus was not crucified because he was teaching a great philosophy or was against the tradition or was in any way dangerous. He was crucified because he consoled the poor that you are the chosen people of God and you will enter into paradise. Even a camel can enter into the eye of a needle, but not a rich man can enter into paradise. This was the reason he was crucified. It was nothing to do with religion. But this was also the reason that the poor became converted to Christianity, because he is the only Messiah who is giving them free ticket to paradise. Just being poor is enough. Christianity has given many diseases to the world. One is enhancing poverty, making poverty something spiritual. It is not spiritual. It is simply our stupidity that we are poor. Otherwise, everything can be comfortably settled without any poverty, without any beggars. But rather looking at the roots, they started talking about equality. Have you seen two persons equal? In any way? Even the twins are not exactly equal. Their parents recognize them. One man married a woman who was a twin. A friend asked him, "It must be a very difficult job to figure out who is your wife." He said, "This is giving me such great joy because there is no need to bother about who is my wife. I have two wives." And a clear-cut excuse that it is very difficult to distinguish who is who. And neither they speak, because it will look awkward that why you did not stop him. Even two one egg twins have small differences. About others, differences are great. And the greater are the differences, the more you are unique but not equal. I am not saying you are unequal, remember. I am simply denying the whole philosophy of equality. Instead, I am giving you a new idea of uniqueness, which is far more beautiful. It accepts everybody. Equality is something idiotic. In Greek mythology, there is a story. A king was little crazy. He has made a beautiful guest house, a golden bed, but only few guests ever stayed in his guest house and never came alive, because his principle was the guest has to fit with the bed. Now, this is a strange idea. And he was a powerful man. With swords, people were standing there to fit the guest. If his head was long, it was cut. What is the need of it? If he was short, then traction. Pull him both the sides. Sometimes legs will come off. Unless the guest was completely comfortable, the king remained in the room. Naturally, the guest disappeared. Slowly, people became suspicious. What happens? Whoever becomes the guest never comes out of the palace. Some servant leaked the message that nobody will ever come, because that bed is not made for men. That bed is made as a piece of art, and man has to fit into it. Guests stopped coming to the palace. Otherwise, they used to enjoy the palatial pleasures. But first night, everything was finished. Equality is something like the same. Do you think you are equal in intelligence with Albert Einstein? Or even with the man who proclaimed the philosophy of equality, Karl Marx? Do you think you are equal to him? I have met many communists, and I have asked them, have you read Das Kapital? Karl Marx's great contribution, but it is so complicated and so voluminous that they have a copy of it, just as every Christian has a Bible, and every Hindu a Gita, and every Mohammedan a Quran. It is holy Das Kapital, but nobody reads it. You cannot read it. The argumentation is very complicated. And the man worked his whole life doing nothing but sitting in the British Museum, consulting books. Before the museum was opened, he was always present before the door. And when the museum was closed, He was forced physically to live, and sometimes reading and writing complicated philosophical questions, he became unconscious. So ambulance was called. Do you think you are equal to Gautam Buddha? Drop the idea of being equal. That simply shows you are deep down feeling the inequality. To cover it, you have come with a beautiful mask of equality. Learn a new language, a new grammar, a new manifesto of uniqueness that gives credit and dignity to every human being, whatever he is doing. He may be making shoes, he may be a carpenter, he may be a scientist, he may be anyone. It does not matter. But what he is doing has his own touch, his own individual flavor, his own creativity, his own signature. But your feeling looks not right. It feels like everybody is equal for me, and I don't have a special affection towards anybody. It would have been better to say that I have a special affection for everybody. Why fall in the negative? It is a protective mask. You are afraid of love. Special affection for anybody means trouble. It is better to keep out of the trouble and convince yourself you don't have any special love for anybody. But this will shrink you. And just a moment before you were saying, my love is growing, towards myself and towards others. Love need not be more or less. It is just a rain cloud. It showers on mountains, on trees, on streets, on people. Not because these are its special favorites, but because it is too full of rain power too full of rainwater, it has to unburden itself. So it does not matter who helps him to unburden. You are saying, I am free and beautiful. Free from what? You are not even free from the idea of beautiful. And who gives you this idea of beautiful? Your mirror? Because you don't have any special affection to anybody. I don't think such a person will get special affection from anybody else either. Only mirror. You can purchase a good mirror, and whenever you are feeling a little suspicious, women keep small bags and mirrors. The moment they start feeling suspicious whether they are beautiful or not, immediately they look in the mirror and they say everything is good. And all these gifts are just given to me. Must be given by the mirror. I don't do anything to get them, obviously. Just standing before a mirror is enough. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to persuade mirror, and you don't have to tell mirror, I love you very much. I really, really love you. Everything just happens. Can you say something about this? I can say only one thing, that you are not grateful. If everything happens and if it is authentic, following it will come a deep gratitude. That gratitude is not in your question anywhere. And gratitude is religiousness. Gratitude is the only prayer. All prayers are just man-made. And gratitude is not a word, is a deep feel in the very center of your being. If that gratitude is felt, everything is right. Then whatever I have said, don't take any note of it. But if gratitude is not there, then what I have said, ponder over it, meditate more, and don't get into such stupid ideas. To me, gratitude is the greatest experience that you can have. Not to God, not to me, not to anybody in particular. Simple gratitude for this whole existence. These birds, these beautiful trees, this whole existence is so beautiful that not to feel gratitude about it is to remain blind, ignorant, unaware. And the function of meditation is to pull you out of your blindness and make you aware of this tremendous splendor spread all over. A shy young man with a fine voice is asked to take part in the local play, but he tries to refuse, saying that he always gets embarrassed under such circumstances. He is assured it will be very simple and he will only have one line to say. I come to snatch a kiss, a pistol into the fray. Hark! I hear a pistol shot, and then walk off stage. At the performance, he comes on stage very embarrassed. He has been forced to put on at the last minute and becomes completely flustered at the sight of the beautiful heroine lying on the garden seat in a white gown awaiting him. He clears his throat and announces, I come here to kiss your snatch. No, snatch a kiss and fart into the fray. I mean, dart into the fray. Hark! I hear a pistol part. No, I sit. Let's sit. Sit on you. I never wanted to be in this damned play anyway. don't take seriously. Life is to be playful. And with this playfulness, prayer is bound to happen. And particularly in Pune, you should be very alert, calm, and quiet. A sannyasin asks an Indian in a chai shop information. He says, "Excuse me, where can I buy some shampoo?" The chai wala says, "You are from which country?" "Australia." Says the sannyasin. "America?" Queries the Indian. "Not America, Australia." "England?" "Germany?" "Good. You are married?" "Not married," says the Swami. "But where can I buy some shampoo?" "What you want?" asked the Indian. "Shampoo," cries the sannyasin. "For what you want this?" Inquires the Indian. "To wash my balls," snaps the sannyasin. "What do you think?" Yes, says the Indian. "You are a tourist or you are coming for a study?" "I want to buy some shampoo. Do you know where I can buy some?" "What? What you want?" says the Indian casually. "Shampoo," screams the sannyasi. Yes, you can buy," replies the Indian. "But where can I buy it?" The sannyasin asks hopefully. "In shop you can buy," answers the Indian. "Yes, but which shop?" pleads the sannyasin. "What you want?" asks the Indian. In desperation, the sannyasin screams, "I want some fucking shampoo." "No," shouts the Indian, standing up. "No fucking here."